I've decided to run the rest of this through the Movie Maker so I can give you full quality images and zoom in on them as close as I can get without it distorting for you, and because I think it's really important here. You see, because I already understand, I have got to the point that I understand that mud and technology and all types of artifacts can turn into rock, and that most of what we're looking at is actually mud rock and saturated woods, petrified woods, right? And the last video I said I wasn't sure that these might have been hay bales, and I was laughing on the video at myself because I was half embarrassed about even saying it. The main thing that persuaded me that they probably were is that as some of this broke away, you still had these lines underneath here, and it shouldn't be like that at all. And that's what persuaded me. These get wrapped in bags because everything we have today has been done before, and all been learnt from the past, from previous knowledge and archaeological finds, and maybe things that are beyond things that we wouldn't want to find out. So I will show you the other thing that confused me, because I said there can't be pieces of pillars because you would have a square or round hole in the middle, which you would then put a steel or iron bar into the next piece to connect it and secure it tightly on top here so it doesn't move in an earthquake or whatever. It was this square hole back here. On the last video I already knew about that. I didn't point it out, but it's on the edge, right? And it shouldn't be there. There's no building method that would explain you build a pillar like that. It would have to go in the middle, but it's nothing. Well, what I'm going to show you shortly will explain that, and that is just from it being picked up. It's pressure, from it falling back on what I'm going to show you. At the time I thought it might have been from when they wrap these in thick, like plastic bags shaped like this, and when they tie them, something like this would obviously take some tying and moving around, so it's like a thick piece of plastic, but it's not. It's, from what I'll show you, you will understand why. If this was picked up by what I'm going to show you and it leans back on the framework, it would leave an indentation like that, okay? Some conflicting evidence, if we're going to get to the bottom of this, is I did find one in the whole field of this site where there was a square hole in the middle, and as soon as I saw it I thought, oh yeah, it's fake. Is this has been done by archaeology or the deceivers of this world, right? But I since came to my senses and I thought, well, I tried to explain it a different way. The other way that I'll show you shortly. This, because when you go search these sites, they're throwing all different temples, to confuse you, to think that you're all, that you're looking at the same thing, but you're not. I can't even say the name of that. You can go look at these. I mean, these almost look like straw or hay bales. And if you think that they weren't building structures back then with hay bales, we do it today. We are building houses today with hay bales and plastering round them and putting wood round them. We're doing it today in the Western world, in my country, right? So if you don't think that they were doing it back then, you need to rethink your thinking on that one. So these square holes there, these are actually bale spikes. You pick hay or straw bales up with these, you put them on a tractor, and the square holes, I know this one's round, right, but you get them all shapes, okay? So this is a bracket that holds this in place and you attach it to your tractor. These can come in a square bracket, yeah? So as this pushes down on the bale, the weight of it would also push it past the bracket and it would leave a square hole, okay? That's the only other way that I could explain it logically. But this is that site again that I've just shown you. I mean, these could even be bales. This is stone down here. This is different to this material. These here, this platform is stone. This is something else. and I think it's hay and straw bales that has been plastered over. They built a temple really, really quickly. This is what I mean. These things are massive, because there were some comments on there what they look like rather big hay bales to me. Well, yeah, this is how big they are. Do you know how big this tractor is? So these are exactly the same size as those artifacts I showed on the last video, exactly the same size. And it goes back to what I've told you before. Everything we have today has been done before and learnt from the past, from archaeological finds.